Gun seizure and forfeiture lawyer in New Jersey. Having your firearms seized in New Jersey can feel like a crisis because you may not know if they will ever be returned. Police can confiscate guns in connection with criminal charges, domestic violence allegations, restraining orders, mental health concerns, or extreme risk protective orders. 4 distinct legal pathways permit gun seizure and forfeiture in this state: criminal forfeiture, domestic violence forfeiture, a healthcare professional's duty to warn, and extreme risk protective orders. Each law has its own burdens of proof, hearing procedures, and deadlines, so understanding which statute governs your case is crucial. Domestic violence cases give the prosecutor 45 days to return the weapons or file for forfeiture, and a hearing follows within the same timeframe. Extreme risk protective orders move faster because the court must hold a final hearing within 10 days of the petition. For criminal forfeiture, the state has 90 days from seizure to file a civil action. Forfeiture hearings are bench trials where a judge decides whether returning the firearms would threaten public safety or if the owner is disqualified. Domestic violence is the most common trigger for firearm seizures in New Jersey. Under the Prevention of Domestic Violence Act, officers responding to a complaint must inquire about weapons and confiscate any firearms they reasonably believe could endanger a victim. Temporary restraining orders authorize immediate seizure and hold the guns until a final hearing, while final restraining orders lead to permanent forfeiture and revocation of permits. An extreme risk protective order, sometimes called a red flag order, allows family members, household members, or law enforcement to petition to remove firearms if someone is considered dangerous. Courts can issue a temporary order without the respondent present. If it alleges firearm ownership, the court issues a search warrant and orders immediate surrender. Within 10 days, the court must hold a hearing and evaluate factors like prior violent acts, restraining orders, pending charges, substance abuse, and recent firearm acquisitions. If a final order issues, the respondent must surrender all firearms, ammunition, and permits, and the order remains in effect until successfully terminated. Criminal forfeiture applies when firearms are unlawfully possessed or used in connection with illegal activity, and the state must prove a direct connection between the weapon and the alleged crime. Prosecutors have 90 days to file the civil action and must show the firearms were used to further unlawful conduct or constitute proceeds of crime. Whether you can recover seized guns depends on why they were taken and the outcome of any hearings. Firearms should be returned if the owner is not disqualified, the complaint was dismissed, the defendant was acquitted, or the domestic violence situation no longer exists. Even then, you must formally request the return, and if prosecutors object, a judge will decide. If the court orders forfeiture, you typically have 60 days to arrange a transfer or sale of the weapons, otherwise prosecutors may dispose of them. Failing to surrender firearms when required is a third-degree crime punishable by 3 to 5 years in prison and fines up to $15,000. Violating an extreme risk protective order can lead to criminal contempt charges. A knowledgeable attorney can evaluate which legal framework applies to your case, identify procedural defects, prepare evidence and witnesses, cross-examine the state's witnesses, negotiate with prosecutors for voluntary returns, and appeal unfavorable decisions. Strict deadlines: 45 days for domestic violence seizures and 10 days for extreme risk orders, mean you should consult a gun seizure and forfeiture lawyer immediately. Gun forfeiture hearings are adversarial proceedings where prosecutors argue against the return of your weapons. Working with an experienced lawyer who understands New Jersey statutes and court procedures gives you the best chance to get your firearms back. Attorney Adam M. Lustberg has defended gun owners in forfeiture hearings throughout New Jersey and holds certifications and awards that reflect his experience. Contact Lustberg Law Offices, LLC for assistance. This law firm serves clients from 1 University Plaza Drive, number 212, Hackensack, New Jersey, 07601, United States. Call 201-880-5311 to schedule a consultation.